Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss how we can use EC2 service in AWS to create virtual server. Okay, first of all, what you need to do, guys, you need to log in your AWS account just by entering username and password. Okay, check here. If you go to the Google, in the Google, yes, no, you can type AWS, yes, no, AWS console. You can type AWS console login. Once you press enter, you can open your AWS console. And once you open, you can check here. If you have, if you don't have an account, so first you can create an account. If you have already account, there is a sign in button. You can click on a sign in option. Once you click in sign in option, you can check here. It will ask I am user. Okay, what is a I am user? That part I will discuss later on. But you don't need to sign with I am user. Once you create an account with your email ID, yes, no, that is your root user. So you need to sign in using root user. So you need to click here sign in using root user email. This means you have created an account with what email ID that user become as a root user. So you need to sign in using root user email. And here you can check here you need to select root user, not a IAM user. What is a IAM user? We will discuss later on. So first of all, you need to log in as a root user and you need to enter your email address and then you need to click next and it will ask the password. You can enter the password. Once enter the username password, you have login and here you can check here this is in your account. Here you have login. And now if you want to use any service, you can check here guys, there is a search bar. In this search bar, you can type a search any services or otherwise here you can check here, you can click here and from here also you can search yes, which service you have required to use. So as of now, suppose we want to use EC2 service, so you can search EC2. You can check it, just search EC2. And you can read here, EC2 service basically helps in AWS to create a virtual server. So if you want to create virtual server, you can use EC2 service. And now you can click on this service. Once you click on this service, you can check here, it will open one dashboard. Yes, no, this is a EC2 dashboard where you can check here, yes, no, how many instances are running, how many instances are not running, yes, no. If you want to check all the detail, you can check here. Here you can check it's showing number of instances, how many instances are running. There are 0 instances running. As of now, there is no instance. So there is no instance as of now we have created. So that's why it's showing how many instances running, 0 instance is running. Okay, if you want to create any instance, so how we can create new instance? So if you want to create any instance, you can check here, very important point. There is a command, guys, here, launch instance. Here you can use launch instance. Which step you can use? Launch instance. And before launching step, here you can check here. In this here, go to the right hand side top corner. Before your profile, you can check. This is your region is showing. Yes, no? In which region you are launching your instance. And you can select the region here. In which region you want to launch your server. So as per your requirement, yes, no, you can select any one of the region in which you want to launch a instance. Suppose you want to select, yes, no, Asia Pacific, it means in your Mumbai location, you can select and you can check here. And now here you can check here, we have changed, yes, no, this region. Now you can check here. Now in which region you are launching your instance? Asia Pacific in Mumbai. So as per your requirement, yes, no, in which region you have need to launch your instance, you can launch your instance. So suppose we have select this region. In this region, we want to create our EC2 instance. Instance means nothing else. Instance means just like a virtual server. So here there is option here is showing launch instance. You can click here in the launch instance if you want to create a new instance. Once you click in this option, you can check here. It's showing yes, no, launch an instance. And you can read this message. Amazon EC2 allowed to create virtual machine or instance that runs on the AWS cloud. In simple term, no need to learn. What is the use of EC2, Amazon EC2 service? Amazon EC2 service allows you to create virtual machines or instance that runs on the AWS cloud. So while you're creating the instance, guys, it will ask the name. You want to create instance with what name? You can specify your instance name. So suppose first example, yes, no, I'm going to specify instance name my instance. Yes, so I'm going to create my first instance. I give the name my first instance. I give the my hyphen. I give the in this way my hyphen. Sorry, my hyphen first hyphen instance. So I give the my hyphen instance. So I have given this name my instance. Yes, no. So let's now my first instance. Okay, after that instance name, you can check here. Here you can check here. Very important point. You can select AMI. AMI means AMI stands for Amazon Machine Language. Sorry, so sorry. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. Actually, just like suppose you have purchased new laptop. So in your laptop, you need to install one operating system. So you require operating system image. Yes, no. First of all, you need to install. Similar, you can think here, guys. If you want to create any virtual server, in this virtual server, which yes, no, OS, which OS you want, which OS image you require. So for that, you can select here. So AWS will offer Amazon machine image. So MI is nothing. What is MI? MI is nothing. That template actually that contains software configuration. So AWS will offer MI. You can select any one of the MI as per your need while you're creating a virtual server. So AMI is nothing. We can say AMI is a template that contains the software configuration like your operating system, any application server, yeah, any application that are required to launch your instance. So in very simple term, you can explain what is AMI. AMI is nothing, guys. AMI is a template that contains the software configuration like operating system, application server, या any application, या any software which are required to launch your instance. To launch your instance, yes, no, whatever software, whatever operating system is required, AMI contains that software configuration. So while you're creating the virtual server, you need to select AMI. So here you can check here, AWS will offer a lot of predefined AMI. So you can select any one of them. But one more important point, suppose I have selected Amazon Linux. So here you can check here, there are several versions available. You can select any one of the version. But make sure as per demo purpose, you need to select always free tier eligible because this is not chargeable. If you are selecting non-free tier, yes, no, then it will start for charging. So one important point, you need to select which one free tier eligible. So as of now, suppose we have selecting which image, Amazon Linux. You can select any one of the, if you want to select Windows, you can select Windows also, Ubuntu, yeah, any one. So suppose as of now, we have selecting Linux, the AMI. So I hope it's clear what is AMI. So AMI is nothing. AMI is a template that contains software configuration like operating system, application, server, and application that are required to launch your instance. Okay, once you select the MI, and now after that you can check here. It's asking instance type. We have discussed instance type is nothing just like yes, no configuration of your CPU, hard, yes, no memory. You can see there are different type instance type. T2.micro. If you are using T2.micro in this T2.micro family, you will get one CPU, 1 GB RAM, and yes, no this, and this is a free tier eligible also. And there are several instance type as per your requirement. Just you can click in this drop down list and you can select any one of them. But you can check if you require more RAM, more CPU. Yes, no, you can select any one of the requirement. You can check here. But it is always recommended while you are working. Yes, no, as a demo. Yes, no. So you need to select as a free tier eligible. So T2.micro, yes, no, is a free tier eligible. So we have selected instance type as a free tier T2.micro because this is a free tier eligible. Okay, next. So now it will asking key pair login. Okay, what is a key pair login? So guys, suppose once you launch virtual server in your AWS cloud. So if you launch AWS no virtual server in AWS cloud, so anyone can access if someone suppose try to access, yes, no? So you have launched, no one can able to access other. So for that, what is for security purpose, actually while you creating, it will ask to create one key pair login. So it will generate one private key. It will create one private key, and that private key will be downloaded in your local machine. It means whenever you want to connect with your instance, you need to provide that private key. If you don't have, you're not able to connect. So you can use key pair to securely connect to your instance. That's why we are using key pair login. So you can use key pair login, guys. You can read here what is the use of key pair. You can use key pair to securely connect your instance. So ensure that you have access the selected key pair before launch your instance. So here you can check if already any key pair is there, you can select. If you're not interested key pair, you can proceed without a key pair also. But if you want to create new key pair, you can create new key pair, and here you can give any key name. Suppose my first instance key. Yes, no, I give the name like first instance key. I have give name like first instance key, and here you can select a private key format, and you can generate key pair. So once you generate it, you can check this. You can check this file is downloaded in your machine. Now you have private key. It means whenever you log in this account, you can connect because you have private key. No one can connect with your instance because those person not having the private key. Okay, so let's now we have selected that key pair. Yes, no, that we have generated, and then now you can check it will asking the networking setting, guys. So what is the networking? Yes, no, if you want to configure any networking setting, so you can configure networking setting also. So we are discussing in more detail later on when we discuss yes, no networking. But as of now, just yes, no, you can select default. So here you can check your security group. What is the security group? That part we also will discuss later on. But here you can allow which traffic, SSH traffic from here. So this checkbox you can allow. If you want to allow HTTP traffic, yes, no, so you can select this checkbox also. Actually, once you create virtual server, yes, no, which traffic you want to allow, you want to define some networking rule, you can define. So as of now, we are not make any changes, just we are selected default, yes, no. Later on, we will discuss in more detail what is a networking, and as per your requirement, you can change networking setting also. Okay, then you can, yes, no, configure storage. This is a configure storage detail. What is the storage? And then you can, yes, no, launch instance. Let's now if any additional details, if you want to read, you can read additional details. But as of now, we have not required. So we can just provide this setting and we can launch our instance. There is option launch instance. So just click on this launch instance and you can check here, guys. Now it will creating one EC2 instance in AWS cloud. And you can read here, your instance is successfully launched. Yes, no, your instance is successfully launched. Okay, if you want to check your instance, you can click on this your instance. So once you click on your instance, you can check here. So here in the left hand side also you can check instances. You can click on instances. So you can check here. It's showing your instances. You have created how many instances, guys? You have created one instance. Now your instance is created. So your instance is created with that name. For each instance, one instance ID will be generated. And you can check instance state. As of now, what the state is showing? It's showing running state. Which state is showing, guys? It's showing running state. You can check the detail also. Instance type, which type instance type, T2.micro you have selected. Yes, no? Which type instance type you have created instance. And in which availability zone you have created, you can check here. Availability zone, everything you can check here. And let's, if you want to check more detail about your instances, yes, no, you can select your instances. Once you select your instances, and here you can check here detail about your instance. You can read this detail, what the instance ID, you can check here. Instance ID. And one more thing, guys, when you create any instance, yes, no, when you create any instance, for each instance, one is a public IP will be assigned, one private IP will be allocated. So this is a public IP for your instance, and this is your private IP for your instance. Public IP you can use for external, yes, no, anyone can use, yes, no, from outside your cloud. If anyone want to access your server, yes, no, they can use, guys, public IP. Private IP you can use for internal purpose. And now you have created those your instance. Now instance is created, guys. Now you want to connect with your instance. So how you can connect with your instance? So if you want to connect with your instance, so you can check here. So select your instance and there is option connect. Once you click on this connect, let's now we click on this connect. Once you click on this connect, there is a multiple option. Let's first check here, EC2 instance connect. You can use this option. You can connect directly without doing anything. So just you can check here. This is your username for your instance. What's the username, guys? Your username for your instance is a EC2-user. This means username is a EC2-user. And now, next what you can do, guys, you can click on a connect option. Check here. Just you can click on the connect option. So now it will, yes, no, connect with your instance on your browser screen also. So now you can check here. You have connected with your instance. This is your user, and you can check here. This is your instance IP. You can check here. What is the private IP? 172.31.13. So you can check here what is your IP? 172-31.13.190. This is the private IP of your instance. Now you have connected with your instance. Now you have connected with which instance, guys? You have connected with your Linux instance. And now here you can run any command, just like I want to update your package, yes, no. So yum update, yes, no. You can type command yum update. Okay. So here we need to use root user actually. In Linux, actually, if you want to update your package, you require root user. So for root user, you can type sudo yum update. Now you can start to work with your Linux. And now you can check it is started to update your package. Now nothing needs to do. Yes, no, now it's completed. Now you can start to work. Okay, if you want to check present working directory, now here you can run your Linux command. So pw is the Linux command, yes, no, which list out the present working directory. PW means present working directory. So this is your present working directory. ls, just like ls list out all the files and folder that is available. As of now, in this working directory, there is no files and folder is available. So now you can start to work with your Linux command. If you are aware with Linux command, you can start Linux command. Just like I want to create any file, empty file. So there is a command in Linux touch, and suppose I give the file name like test.txt. I want to create this file. And now you can check here ls. If you type ls, you can check here one file you have created test.txt. This means now you have create one virtual server in the cloud. And now you can start to work with. No need to purchase any hardware, software, yes, no. Now you are ready to work, yes, no, your virtual server that you have created in the cloud. Okay, just like if you want to open this file, suppose I want to open which file. So there is a command in Linux vi is the editor, just like a notepad you are using in Windows. And here you can use vi editor, which file you want to open, test.txt. So now you can check editor is open. And if you want to write something, so press insert for insert mode. And here you can start to write, hello, I have created first virtual server. I have created first virtual server. And then you can save your file. How you can save your file? Just press escape key and then type colon WQ and now negation symbol. So now you can save and close your file. Now you have saved and closed the file. Okay, you have created a file, you have written some content into the file. If you want to check the content of your file, so just type the cat command. Cat is the command that has to check the content of your file. Which file content I want to check? Test.txt file. So you can check it. In this file, what you have written, hello, I have created first virtual server. So in this way, guys, you can create any virtual server and you can connect with your virtual server. Okay, now we have closed this virtual server. You can close this button here. And here you can check here. Your virtual server is running state. What is the state of your virtual server running? If you want to stop your virtual server, you can stop your virtual server. How you can stop? You can check here. There is a action button. You can select your virtual server and there is a action option. You can click an action option and now you can check here. Okay, once you select your action, in action you can check here, you can connect, and here you can check here. If you want to change networking, yes, any instance setting, from here you can change. Okay, if you want to stop your server, you can check here. There is option instance state. As of now, what the state of your instance? Running state. If you want to stop your instance, you can stop. If once you stop your instance, it means whenever you have required, you can restart your instance. Let's now we stop the instance. So here we are stop the instance. So now we have stopped the instance, guys. Once you stop the instance, now you can check now your instance is stopping. Okay, once your instance is stopped, and then later on, if you want to restart your instance, you can again click on the instance state and there is option start instance. Now you can check here. Now once you have stopped the instance, start instance option is enabled. Okay, once you have stopped the instance, okay, if you want to refresh, there is refresh button. You can refresh your instance and you can check once again. So now it's showing still stopping. Yes, no? Okay, after now it's stop. You can check. Now it's stop. Okay, once you stop, suppose this instance is not required for you. Now, no need to use suppose this instance as of now. So if you want to terminate this instance, so you can terminate the instance. How you can terminate? Go to the instance state. There is option terminate. It means you are deleting this instance. Deleting instance means once you are removing this resource from your AWS cloud. Once you remove, further you can't reuse. But once you stop, yes, no, whenever you want to use, you can start your instance, you are ready to use. But once you terminate the instance, it means further you can't use. It means now you're removing these resources from your AWS cloud. So it asking for delete, terminate the instance. Now we are terminating the instance. So once you terminate the instance, guys, now then you can't use this instance. It means now you are releasing the resources. So in this way, guys, you can launch instance, you can stop instance, you can terminate the instance, and how you can connect with instance and how you can use your instance. I hope it's clear what is the EC2 service that will offer by the AWS. Thank you.